Do you want to learn more about foods grown with genetically modified organisms? We talked to consumers to find out what topics they most wanted to know about in order to cut through the confusion. Then we gave them the chance to meet with an expert to ask the tough questions. Here's what one consumer wanted to know about the environmental impacts of GMOs.
When I talk to my friends about GMOs, a lot of them express concerns. I think that the average consumer, the average mom's understanding of GMOs is not as extensive as it should be. Although I've spent a lot of time researching GMOs because I'm concerned about the health of GMOs and our family's choices, I do feel that there's a lot I don't know and want to learn more about GMOs. So I had an opportunity to kind of reach out to my Facebook friends. They wanted to know, why are we using GMOs if they're not, in their words, not sustainable, not environmentally friendly? I'm really hoping that we can get some of that information answered or those questions clarified.
My background is in environmental science, in biochemistry and organic chemistry, and how these sciences can come together to result into the development of new crops that are going to feed the world. I think the challenge that we face in agriculture requires us to be able to increase our productivity and also respecting the environment.
What does GMO do for us as far as like pesticide use?
What we have seen since 1996, when we've been growing genetically modified crops, is that we've seen about a 10% decrease in the overall use of pesticide. What our farmers are telling us is that when they grow genetically modified foods, they're able to use less energy, less fuel.
Okay.
And that translates into a reduction in carbon dioxide. It would be the equivalent of removing all of the cars in Los Angeles or removing all of the cars in Texas, Florida, or New York for an entire year.
Wow.
So the benefits that we're seeing to the environment are significant and important.
What's being done with peanut allergies and related nut allergies with GMOs?
GM crops go through a lot of testing to make sure that they do not contain any new allergens. And interestingly, the new research that we're doing right now would allow us to use biotechnology to actually create potentially allergen-free peanuts in the future. And that's also another area where biotechnology could play an important role to very specifically remove those proteins that we know cause allergenicity and eliminate them from our food source. What we've seen in the last 15-20 years of working and growing genetically modified crops is that we see a very clear increase in yield, particularly in developing countries. So the net benefits of genetically modified crops are simply just phenomenal.
There are a lot of sources of information out there, and I think one of the hardest things as a mother, a consumer, and a farmer is finding out what's credible information. You know, being able to talk to Cecilia today, who is a scientist and a researcher, going directly to the source is fantastic. And I think if more people had that opportunity, I think they would have a better understanding. I think that you really need to scrutinize your sources of information and make sure that they're credible. I'm Carrie Hammerstrom. We're in the central San Joaquin Valley in Kingsburg, California. My husband and I grow peaches and plums. As a farming family, we live on our farm. We eat what we grow, and we want to use something that's safe.
I'm Cecilia. I am a scientist, and I work at a nonprofit organization called PIPRA, located at the University of California, Davis. How I started this journey was actually through studying environmental sciences and recognizing the importance of protecting the environment. My husband and I have a dog, and his name is Rusty, and we both enjoy the outdoors, and we do a lot of bass fishing, and that's about it.